Smith throws the ball upfield, open in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Oh, he wasn't down. He's going all the way. That's a touchdown.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wilmington High School's Alumni Field for the final game of the season, the 2021 football season here at Wilmington High School. Wildcats are playing host to the red and black of Winchester High School. Wildcats are coming in with a 3-2 record after a tough loss last week to Stoneham. And Wakefield, try Winchester, another W team. Winchester's coming in after a strong performance against Woburn last week. They fell 14-0. Jim, what are we looking for in the game tonight?
Well, we're looking for a young quarterback. Winchester's going to bring out looks like a freshman quarterback after they've had two quarterbacks get hurt. It'll be really important for the Wildcats to get off to, again, establish the ground game. Woburn completely ran through them. It was 14-0, but watching the tape, it looked like they could dominate on the running game. They ran their wing tee just like Coach Turner wants to do. Important game here. Final game for our seniors, 10 seniors playing their last game as a Wildcat. And it also is important because the win puts it 4-2, which becomes a successful spring. So that's what we're looking for.
We'll be back for the opening kickoff of tonight's game right after this.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
Welcome back to Wilmington High School, everybody. I want to welcome you again for tonight's Friday night game coming to you on tape. We have a lot of technical equipment issues that we're trying to deal with, not only here at the stadium, but also tomorrow is town elections for Wilmington, and some of our staff and our equipment is up at the town hall waiting for the election results tomorrow. I believe Wilmington won the toss. They've elected to defer, so Winchester will take the opening kickoff tonight. Deep back for the red and black for the Winchester is number 13, Patrick Ross on the far side. We have a pretty strong wind tonight, Jim, blowing toward the Winchester sideline.
Yeah, the wind's out of the west. I just checked the phone. Wind's out of the west at 13 miles per hour. We kick off at 57 degrees, just like a good middle October game for us here on late April.
Derek Yancey, numbers 26, is the other deep back for Winchester, and Steve Smolinski steps into the ball at the 40-yard line. Boots it downfield, taken by Yancey, who fumbles it. Taken inside the 15-yard line, cuts up to the middle, and he's taken down right at the 20-yard line.
Good pursuit there by John Ryan, number 43, I think, made the play.
Yeah. Nate Rabinskis on the tackle. So Winchester comes out with a freshman quarterback. They've had gone pretty deep down the depth chart so far. They lost their starting quarterback partway into the season after a couple of victories, and then last week their backup quarterback was also injured, so their starting quarterback tonight is Jake Cinturelli, a freshman, number 16. Three wide receivers split out to the left, one split wide to the right. Cinturelli hands off up the middle. Good pursuit by the Wildcat defensive line, stopping the play by Jake Churchiello.
Much better start for the Wildcats here than last weekend in Stoneham, where they took the ball coast to coast 2 times in a row. Cats are going to really have to be stout up front and be aware they could throw the ball. They like to run this little spread offense, so it's making decisions left and right. So Cats defensively will have to maintain their lanes. Don't let them get outside. That's, again, same thing that happened last week with Stoneham.
A lot on the shoulders of their freshman quarterback. Cinturelli calls signals. Back to pass. He's a lefty. Pressure's on. Lets the ball go deep. Downfield, and it's caught at midfield. Rabinskis in on the tackle. It was complete to number 13, Patrick Ross.
Again, he had plenty of time to throw. Got back into the pocket. He's had a week to practice as well. So nice play. Wilmington's going to have to really be aware. Their 2 safeties and corners are going to have to really be aware. They might throw the ball around the field here.
Red and black play a hurry-up offense. Cinturelli pitches back, complete to Yancey. Cuts back through the middle. He's gained for 10 of 12, 13 yards, brought down at the Wilmington 37, 38-yard line.
Okay, Winchester moving the chains once again. And it's going to be imperative. They're going trips right here, too. So let's see what Wilmington decides to do.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Goes to Yancey. Stop for a short gain of about 2 or 3 yards down to the 35-yard line.
Looks like Winchester's going to try to spread them out. Spread them out and run the ball when needed. This 26 is going to probably try to get 20 carries, and again, they're going to run this spread offense, try to produce points.
Coach Dombowski's inserted Brady Martin in a quarterback, so he's a little more experienced here. He's back to pass, lets the ball go downfield. Man is open, and it is caught down to the 4-yard line. Oh, intercepted?
Intercepted.
Intercepted by Nate Rubinskis.
The ball got caught up in the wind, and Rubinskis made a really nice play to adjust to it and make the play. So again, Wilmington turns them over in the first possession. They'll have a long way to go, but good opportunity here with turning them over to get on the board first. Trusting your defense there is really good. So let's see how they come out here. Like I said, the final day for 10 of our seniors.
Yeah, interception, Mike, sorry. So,
nope, that was. Everybody's confused up here in the booth, but that was an interception.
Right, Pedro hands off, a nice cutback by Smolinski down the left sideline. He's out to the 20, 25. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Good first down run, 27 yards.
Good opening run there again for the Cats. They got the edge. Smolinski went about 25 yards there to pick up a first down. If they could continue to do that with the three-headed running back they generally use, Coach Schurter will be very happy today.
Last week's game against Woburn, the Winchester defense really plugged up the middle of the line there, and most of the success that Woburn had was on the outside the tackles.
And the irony is Woburn actually ran the same basic offense that the Wildcats are running here as well.
So wing T backfield, handoff to Smolinski, sprints to the right, cuts back upfield across the 30. He's brought down for a pretty good gain of about almost 4 yards.
And again, control the line of scrimmage and let your running backs do most of the work, especially with the wind.
Just about out to the 34-yard line.
So it's an opportunity to cap off a very successful fall to spring football season at 3-2. The Cats with a win here go to 4-2, which I would consider a very monumental success.
Pedro hands up the middle to Mizuraka, who finds good running room. Bull right up through the middle of the field. He's down outside the 45. Out to the 47-yard line where he's brought down by a host of Winchester tacklers.
So there's your alternate. They go outside with Smolinski and his speed. They go up the middle with Mizuraka and the power running game. So the only back we haven't seen touch the ball is Gavin Erickson. So let's see if we change it up here as well, as the Cats are going to look to control the line of scrimmage, control the clock.
There is a lot of wind tonight, so I'm guessing that as was shown on the first long pass there that was intercepted by the Wildcats. Handoff to Erickson as Jim called it, cuts back over the 50. There's a flag on the play. Erickson's going to sprint to the end zone, but I think it's going to come back.
Yeah, they're going to be a hold here, hold in the backfield. I don't think it was necessary, but somebody's going to get called for the holding.
It's the third long run that Erickson has broken in the 3 games that we've covered here on WCTV. This one is going to come back, however.
But even with that hold, they're really, again, looking to establish the running game here and really ground and pound control clock, because I don't know if Winchester has enough offensive capability against our defense to put a lot of big numbers up on the board. So if you can control the clock and run the football, it's great. Although getting behind the chains here, 20 yards behind, it's not going to be a...
Okay, it's going to turn up to about a 15-yard penalty, the spot foul. So Wilmington will have replay on first down, and it'll be about 24 yards to go. 20. Help me out, Jim.
You're better than me
Over
on
20.
that one. Yeah.
Handoff up the middle to Mizuraka, finds big running room again across midfield, across the 40, being chased down by a bunch of tacklers inside the 30-yard line.
And the Cats, again, changing that play up once again, where they take Mizuraka and run it right up the middle, right into the heart of the
on
defense.
A tackle after about, he dragged 2 or 3 players about 10 yards down the field.
So that's first and long is now first and 10. Nice really running play. Both 2 times Mizuraka's carried the ball this afternoon or tonight, but he's really been quick into the hole, hit the hole quick, and made good yardage. So Smolinski and Mizuraka with 2 carries each here in the first quarter. Cats are driving.
Oh, a little mix-up in the backfield, and Pedro's going to be thrown for a loss at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like one guy went one way and Pedro went the other way, and they ran into each other. Results in about a 5-yard loss.
Once again, Gansey on the tackle. 2nd and 14 for the Wildcats at the Winchester 33-yard line.
But again, on this first drive of the game, they've shown that they can dominate the line of scrimmage and run the football. So I wouldn't be shocked here. They run it one more time. Pedro's been very successful on these long downs and hitting his brother as well.
Hand off to Smolinski, sprints to the left, gets around tackle down to the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 15. Wildcats are chewing up a lot of offense on their running plays.
And once again, the success of that play is made by Steven Smolinski, getting the edge and turning up and using his speed and power to pick up the first down. That's 2 big long second and first and long plays for the Wildcats off the running game. Now I think it's time for the Erickson play. Maybe we'll try that one again, Chris.
So Mizuraka directly behind Pedro in the backfield. Sprints out to pass. Looks downfield. Caught by Mizuraka inside the 20.
It's a touchdown.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Very well designed play by Coach Turner there. Another really good decision making by Pedro as well as the quarterback. The quarterback could have taken the sack. He waited. He got himself some time. He found Mizuraka open and scored the touchdown. Another really nice play by Pedro Germano there.
Good pass pressure on the part of the Winchester defensive line, but Pedro was able to sprint out, found his open man, and free sailing down into the right side of the end zone. So Smolinski in to attempt the extra point. John Germano will be in to hold. Snap down, ball is up, and it is good. So 6:40 to go in the first quarter of play. Wilmington jumps out to a quick 7-0 lead on a great 96-yard drive or somewhere in that ballpark.
Somewhere there. It's a really good way to start the game. They deferred, got the turnover, drove the length of the field, all running plays to that last play. And like I said, credit goes to the quarterback there, Pedro Germano, who almost got sacked, got a little bit loose, found the right player open, and made the pass. So again, not taking the sack there, very important to start the play. And then once Mizuraka caught the ball, he pretty clear sailing with his speed to score. Much better start than last weekend against Stoneham as well.
So it did turn into a beautiful afternoon. The wind is blowing pretty heavy toward the Winchester sideline, so it's probably going to have an effect on the kicking game. But we'll see how it all plays out as the course of the game progresses.
And as you noted last week, Chris, the first of the game against Watertown, they had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and they've really changed more. They're not pooching it. They're just what Smolinski's doing, line drive kick right at the up back there, number 20 or number 13. So let's see if they do the same thing. They might have to have somebody hold it as the ball rolls off the tee.
Okay, so Patrick Ross
26
and Gansey are the 2 deep backs again for Winchester, standing just inside their own 15-yard line. He steps into the ball. It's another squib kick down the field, taken by one of the up-backs. Cuts to the middle of the field. Knee goes down. Going to be stopped forward progress at the 33-yard line.
So again, Coach Turner decides to sacrifice a little bit of field position in order to avoid any big, long return. And again, the good kick coverage there as well. Kick went right at the Winchester player, and he made the nice play.
Ben Wilson was the returnee there. Stopped at the Winchester 33-yard line.
And they're back out in their spread offense.
And once again, it's Brady Martin in a quarterback, lefty. Getting some of his first action of the season. Inside handoff. Good running room by Gansey. Cuts back to the left. Still going up to the 44-yard line where he's going to be stopped.
And again, not to nitpick on a first down run, but he was going really solid north-south. He decided to cut east-west, and he lost. He the run ended when he went laterally, east-west. I think we talk about laterally, not going forward.
Enough for a first down, and Winchester spreads the field with 5 wide receivers. Martin looks left, looks right, passes left. Good defensive coverage by the Wildcat defensive backs over on the far sideline, the cornerback.
That was also a good contained by 43 John Ride, who I think is either the outside linebacker or the defensive end over there. He played where he was supposed to be, and it forced that play to only get 3 yards.
Pat Ross on the reception over there, number 13.
So again, important for the defensive ends, the 40 and 43, to keep the edge.
Yancey again, the only running back in the backfield with Martin. Lets the ball go downfield deep, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds. The wind took it beyond the sideline, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 7.
I'll tell you something, Winchester is not afraid to chuck it around the field, even with this wind. I mean, that might be their offense. They do like to run the spread. That was pretty well covered defensively by the Wildcats as well. So here we go, 3rd down and long.
Wilmington changes up on the defensive line. Clerico comes off the field. Martin calls signals, 4 wide receivers split. Long snap count. Looks like the coach may be calling another play in. And it's a fumble on the play, or a bad snap.
I think there's going to be an offside, illegal procedure or something here, but take us back 5 yards.
So
that's what you're going to get when you run the spread and you're trying to send plays in like that off the wristband. Is not everybody's always on the same page. So good job by Wilmington for maintaining their composure there. And Winchester then just jumps off sides.
3rd and 12.
It's one of the things I talked to Coach Turner about when I had him in the studio is why does he always have the quarterback run over? Because that's the best form of communication, like quarterback I have.
Okay, Martin stands at his own 37-yard line. Back to pass, looks left. He's being chased by the Wildcats. And he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Actually gained a 3-yard line. Gain of 3, but Steve Smolinski in on the tackle.
Yeah, good hustle there. Smolinski came all the way around the outside to run him down. 4th down, and they are not
down.
going
You know, Winchester did this last week against Woburn, deep in their own territory in their first drive of the game, and they paid for it because they were stopped. And Woburn drove down for an early touchdown. So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is the type of day, the last game of the season, you're going to punt much.
3 wide receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Single back in the backfield. Coach is calling it from the sideline. High snap, and it's a quick kick. It's blocked by the Wildcats. And either way, it's going to be Wildcat ball. Slow whistle, but Wildcats are going to take over the ball at about the 37 or 38-yard line.
Not sure who got in there, but one of the linemen definitely got in there to block that punt. They tried to quick kick Wilmington and catch them napping, try to get some yardage. Wilmington blocked the punt, picked up the block punt, and advanced it just a little bit. They'll be inside their 40, looking to score again.
Good field position for the Wildcats as they start their second drive of the game. 4:22 to go in the first quarter. And there's going to be a timeout on the field, official timeout.
It's 4 minutes.
Just a reminder, this will be our last football game coverage here for Wilmington High School football this year. The season is over today. If you have an opportunity to help us out, we will be starting the spring sports coverage very soon here at WCTV. Baseball, softball, lacrosse, and I think we'll probably try to cover some of the spring track action. Mostly volunteers down here, so if you have an opportunity, any knowledge, especially of lacrosse, we could use a good lacrosse play-by-play guy, Jim.
Yes, we could, because Mr. Boyle here knows about as much about lacrosse as he does about handball. So I learned field hockey this fall. So if I have to learn lacrosse, Chris is absolutely right. We could use more commentators, play-by-play guys, especially on lacrosse.
Contact WCTV at 978-657-4066. Get in touch with one of the staff down there. Tell them you'd like to help us out on some of the high school broadcasts this year. We're also looking for help covering some of the spring concerts here at the high school. We'll be covering, I think, those live this year. Due to COVID considerations, we will not have a full auditorium, so spread the word and help us out if you can. Pedro steps in at quarterback at the 39-yard line. Inside handoff to Smolinski, finds good running room again, about 6 yards right up the middle. Shot down at the 34.
Cats are getting no resistance here with their running game. I would just continue to pound it at them until Winchester can prove that they can stop you. And again, Smolinski quick to the hole there. So they are switching it up. Smolinski and Mizuraka got the majority of the carries. Erickson had the big long carry, but it called back on the penalty.
Ryan to tight end. Erickson just split out a little bit behind him, goes in motion. Handoff is to Erickson, cuts back to the left around tackle. Feet still churning. He's down to the 31 where he's going to be finally pushed out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards.
And like I said, just short of the first down, but this is 2 down territory no matter how you slice it. You're not going to kick a field goal from here, and you're obviously not going to punt. So the Cats have 2 plays here to get those 4 yards or 3 or 4 yards. Because that play just took a little too long to develop. So Erickson couldn't get to the hole, as that hole just didn't develop as quickly as they would have expected from the line.
John Germano splits out on the left side. Quick call right up the middle to Mizuraka, who is stopped for no gain. Good defense by Winchester, number 4, Gabe Moraes, in on that tackle. Played a strong game last week against the Tanners of Woburn.
It's a big play call here early in the first half. 2 minutes to play here in the quarter, just about 2. It'll be interesting to see what he does. It'd be nice to get this first down and continue the drive.
4th and 3. Once again, Smolinski, Erickson, Mizuraka all in the backfield. Handoff to Mizuraka, who goes left, finds good running room, and he's in for the first down to the 25-yard line. Good hole opened up a left tackle.
That off-tackle play has worked a lot. They had a little trouble this drive getting the ball, shoving the ball up the middle, but both times they've gone off the tackle, they've been very successful. So it'll be very important here to continue this drive. Put points on the board. Nice way to end your spring season as well.
Big number 77 just came into the game. Ryan Watson, at offensive tackle. And off to Smolinski, cuts out off of tackle again. His legs are still churning, but he's going to be stopped for a loss of about a yard on the near sideline. Good pursuit by the Winchester defense.
Now, I wouldn't be shocked here, Chris, if they let Pedro handle this with his arm. You know, Winchester's really committing to stopping the run because they were having trouble doing that.
Take advantage of the wind while he still has it
correct.
a little bit behind his back.
Just a bit, but you're right, Chris. It might be interesting to see what they decide to do. His brother is split out there to the right. We're going to get a timeout. Timeout, Wilmington.
Timeout, Wilmington. So the coach wants to take advantage of the good field position, try to continue the drive. I want to thank our cameraman tonight. Again, I mentioned that we're a little bit short on equipment and staff. George Breslin is our camera operator. Sean Tivnan is our producer and a director. And yours truly, Chris Neville, with the Tony Romo of Wilmington High School Sports, Jim Boyle alongside.
I'm much better looking than Tony Romo.
Well,
Come on.
Yeah. and your wife is much more attractive as well, but it's his wife, I mean, yeah.
His wife is much more attractive than me, that's correct. Good news is my wife doesn't watch these after the game gets broadcast. No, it's we talked about volunteering, Chris. If there's anybody as you're watching, one of the things that'll help make this work at WCTV is the volunteers to get these games on the air. The more people we have, the more times we'll get the games on the air. Your kids will get to be seen, whether it's live or on tape. So if you're at a baseball game or a softball game and I'm doing the game, sitting down doing the game, don't be afraid to stop by and say, listen, I'd like to give this a go. I'd like to try the camera or the directing or the announcing or whatever, and we'll be more than willing to help.
Mike Ings lines up at center. Pedro is in the shotgun formation. Steve Smolinski stands next to him. Pedro double reverse up the middle to Erickson. Finds good running room. He's still on his feet. Knocked down at the 22-yard line.
That was a nice play by Fitzgerald, number 1 for Winchester. They made a really, really good play to stop that. Erickson had hit the hole really quick with a nice 6-yard pickup to make it a little more manageable third down here for the Cats.
We haven't seen a lot of trickery ball handling by the Wildcats so far this year. So that one, the handoff went smooth, and Erickson did have running room, but good open field tackle by the defender. Now Mizuraka directly behind Pedro. Pitch back to Mizuraka, who runs into a pile of defenders. Going to lose another couple of yards back to the 24-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down and 8 for the Wildcats.
And Chris, got to give credit to where credit's due. Winchester's defensive line and linebackers has done a really good job this drive, stuffing the run for the Cats. Because, we did have the blocked punt, which picked up the ball about on the 38-yard line. So, this will be the 8th play of this drive, and the Cats have only really gotten about 15 yards, and they're going to switch sides now.
Well, it brings us to the end of the first quarter. So after the first quarter of action, Wilmington is out to a 7-0 lead over Winchester. We'll be back for the second quarter action right after this message.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Okay, we're back for second quarter action here. Wilmington High School, 4th down and 8. Pedro is back to pass, lets the ball go. Man is open, it's overthrown. Intended for Erickson on the far sideline, so Winchester will take over the ball on downs at their own 23-yard line.
Good execution by Erickson there, and actually by Pedro. That ball just sailed at him in the wind. That's going to happen when you're throwing that side with the wind, the way the wind's throwing. But really good play, good understanding of what they wanted to try to do. Just couldn't finish it off. But again, I can't criticize that. They went for it. Everything was executed pretty well. The pass just sailed on Pedro a little bit.
So Brady Martin leads Winchester back out. Brady was their original quarterback to start the season. He got banged up early on, or partway into the season. He's back. And shows a good arm downfield. Winchester has the win a little bit behind him now. Man in motion. Hand off to the second man through. Good running room. Gianci is up to the 40, still running, taken down across midfield at the Wilmington 48-yard line. Smolinski in on the tackle.
Again, once he got past the first line of defense, he broke a couple tackles as well. It's going to be important for the Cats to limit the big play opportunities for Winchester.
Good misdirection. Faked the handoff to the first running back going by, and then he handed off inside to Gianci, who made a good run about 25 yards upfield. 1st and 10 at the Wilmington 47-yard line.
Handoff up the middle, and he's stuffed. Yancey again on the carry, stopped by Jake Chiricello and Devin Clerico.
That's what we like to see, good penetration at the line of scrimmage. Stuffed that play before it even got started. Really good anticipation by Jake there.
Once again, I gave credit to the older brother, Devin. It's Dylan Clerico and Jake Chiricello in on the tackle. Stopped him in the backfield for a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 right at midfield.
Wild crowd here today too, Chris. Very loud.
Martin back to pass, being chased. Going to be scrambling, and it's thrown, and it's
looks like intercepted.
Nate Rubinskis intercepts the pass at the Wilmington 46-yard line. Quarterback Martin was scrambling. He let go of the ball late, threw it a little bit short, and Rubinskis jumped in front of it for the interception.
So I think that's Nate's 2nd interception of the game. Is that correct? Do you have the other one down here in our zone? Allegedly, according to my friend, Mr. Maloney, it's allegedly, but that's Nate's 2nd interception of the game. And again, it was a good defense. The quarterback got a little bit scramble, happy, and just try to throw that ball into coverage. Really good coverage defensively of the Cats.
Okay, Wildcats driving left to right. Smolinski makes the corner down the sideline. Good running room, knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line of Winchester.
Okay, when Steven Smolinski gets that edge, he's powerful, but he's also quick. When he gets the edge, he just turns the jets on, and every time he's had the edge, he's picked up good yards. So it's important, again, for the Cats to try to establish that running game again. Get comfortable with a 7-0 lead. 10 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter.
So 1st down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Man in motion. Handoff is to Mizuraka, who stopped for loss in the play, 40-yard line.
So we'll call that a somebody blocked incorrectly there. Didn't pick up their man. They must be Tom Brady thinking that the single digits down. They don't know who's going to block, but that was tough. That's a tough loss on 1st down.
I think Erickson was in motion there, and he brought the defenders right into where the ball was handed off to Mizuraka. So 2nd and 14 for the Wildcats early on in the 2nd quarter. Once again, Michael Ings snaps the ball to Pedro. There's a jump. Offside against Winchester is going to make up the loss on the previous down.
So mental mistake there for Winchester. Jump off sides, give the Cats opportunity to make it 2nd and not so long. And they can reset the play as well, because Coach Turner, again, we're looking at 3-play territory here anyway, inside the 40, going in.
Pedro hands off to Smolinski up the middle. Runs forward for about 2 or 3 yards. Well, actually maybe only a yard down to the 33-yard line.
It's a good play by their linebackers are filling those gaps, especially on those runs that look like they're supposed to go inside the tackles. The linebackers are doing a good job in filling the gap. That's another really nice defensive play for Winchester. Again, 2-down territory here, two opportunities for Pedro and the offense to pick up these 7 yards.
Once again, Luke Murphy replaces John Rind. We got 4 wide receivers split out. A little bit of scrambling on the defense. Rush comes. Pedro scrambles to the right, looks downfield, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Picked up about 3 yards on the play.
He made something out of nothing there. I don't like the way he's running and handling the ball there, because that defensive player was going to try to swipe at that. He's got to be very more protective when he gets in the scramble. But that's a good way to pick up a couple yards, make this a much more manageable 4th and 4.
So 4th and 4.5 yards. See what the coach comes in. Ryan comes back in for Murphy.
Big 4th down opportunity for the Cats.
Ryan lines up next to Well, let's see. Comes to the right for Smolinski, who bowls forward.
Gonna be
Gonna
close.
be stopped shy of the first down by about a yard, I think.
I don't know.
Well, I think Winchester thinks they got a first down out of it.
They're gonna.
It's like they're gonna measure on the.
No, they're gonna.
sideline. Okay, no, they just reset. Well,
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. We'll see.
It's
if
gonna be
George
Winchester
can
ball.
pick
That'll
that up.
turnover on downs.
Okay.
Winchester's gonna take over on downs. So it'll be interesting that two stalled drives here with short fields for the Cats after that second turnover.
Red and black take over at their own 27-yard line. Martin calls signal. Yancey alone in the backfield. Hand off to him right up the middle. Cuts to the right, but he's stopped for a short gain. Brought down by Dylan Roberts.
That was, it's interesting to see they've abandoned the pass a little bit here over the last 4 or 5 plays. Try to soften up the Wilmington secondary. See what they do here now.
So
Again,
4 wide receivers.
Yeah, and Gansey is taking a lot of the, picking up most of the carries. Derek Gansey, the junior.
Ross and Vizella coming out split wide to the left. Handoff is to Gansey, who stopped in the backfield. Good pressure by the Wildcat D-line. Chiricello in that tackle again, along with Luke Murphy assisting.
Again, 2 plays in a row where the defensive line did a really good job in stopping the run.
John Ryan right now in the middle of the defensive line.
He's gone very small and quick here. He's got Ryan in the middle with Smolinski on the right. And it looks like it might be Murphy on the left. I can't tell that number. This is a big play here. 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. Tough snap to the running back. Yancey is going to be knocked out of bounds for a short gain of about 4 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 6 for Winchester.
Again, with a 7-0 score with 6 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, I would be shocked if he goes for this. I would think they'll punt this ball. They have to win a little bit behind them. Try to change the field position. You know, you could muff a punt, get a turnover, but it's a good call. Again, I asked that to Coach Turner in the meeting at the studio when I had him in, and he's just he'd want to go for it all the time. He's got some people who can pull him back and say, hey, we got to kick this here.
Number 90 comes in punt formation for Winchester. He's not on my roster here, so he's not the same one who was kicking last week. Kick is away.
Nice kick.
End over end. Tumbles to the 35 and down to about the 30-yard line of Wilmington, where the Wildcats will take over. 1st down and 10. 5:50 to go in the first half.
Again, if the goal with a punt there is to move field position, it's a very effective punt there. They've done a really good job. This will be the halfway through for the official timeout. A really good job of changing field position. The Cats have not, after that first drive, really shown much with their running game. So it'll be important to try to reestablish that. Winchester's going to look at this as a defensive struggle. They did hold Woburn to 14 points. And Woburn runs the same basic type of offense the Cats do with the wing T. So this will be a real interesting next drive for the Cats.
Got a stoppage of play here. See if the Wildcats can generate some more offense. And I think you're on the wrong side of the ball, boys. Yep. Don't forget, if you're here in Wilmington and you see the game during the upcoming week, town meeting is next Saturday at the Shriners Auditorium. Starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. So if you're available to partake in town business, just have to be a registered voter to come and vote. Sit in the spatial palace of the Shriners Auditorium, where you can follow all the COVID protocols and remain apart from each other. Bring your mask, though.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the town of Wilmington. Okay, let's see what we could do here. Cats 5:50 to play here in the second quarter. Cats with a 7-0 lead. Trying to establish, Chris will try to establish some type of running game. I think it'll still be difficult to throw into the wind going this way. But again, I would not be shocked as he spreads it out just a little bit more.
Pedro in a shotgun. Smolinski alone in the backfield. High snap, keeps the ball, runs up the middle, finds good running room, cuts to the left, and he's out to the 37, 38-yard line. Quarterback keeper.
Good play call there by Coach Turner to try to keep the Winchester defense off of Smolinski. He spread the field, and he let the quarterback make that the RPO, whether run, not pass, but run or take it.
Both Germano brothers are juniors. They'll be back next year. Actually, they'll be back in 5 months when the new season starts. Going to be a quick turnaround. Pedro will have a full backfield. John Germano splits out wide to the right, number 2. Takes the snap, hand to Smolinski. Cuts over left tackle, finds running room again across midfield, where he's knocked out of bounds at the Winchester 49-yard line. He'll stop the clock, 4:58 to go in the first half.
Good read there by Smolinski. He got left, got outside on the edge, got beat the defensive end of the edge and picked up big yards. That play, like I said, has been successful 4 times here for the Cats this half. Just continue to pound. Back to the base offense.
Handoff up the middle to the Mizuraka.
I think that might be Mizuraka, 25, correct, Chris?
Well, he stopped for little or no gain, maybe a gain of a yard out to the 48-yard line of Winchester. Going to bring up second down and about 9.
Yeah, 4 for Winchester. Hurt his arm there. He's their linebacker. Again, with 4 plus minutes to play here in the quarter, it'd be nice to have a nice long quarter-ending drive that ends in a touchdown. Go into the halftime at 14. You do get the ball to begin the half as Wilmington deferred.
So we got 3 wide receivers out to the right for Wilmington. Pedro, high snap again. Rush comes on. Screen pass complete to Smolinski. Big blocking downfield. Cuts to the left. He's down to the 35. Still on his feet.
He's going to go.
Breaks free to the 20, to the 10, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. 48 yards on a screen pass.
We'll take that. Quick score is just as good as a grinded out score. That was a really, really, really well-designed play. Pedro sold it. Smolinski sold it. The offensive line definitely sold it. As 3 or 4 Winchester rushers just bull rushed in as they were let go. He found Smolinski. Smolinski had some blockers up ahead, got himself some space, broke a couple tackles, scored a touchdown. Perfect play that you want to. Just almost everything was perfect about that play.
Great open field running by Smolinski too.
Correct.
I mean, he could have been stopped 2 or 3 times by the Winchester defense. He kept on churning his legs, spinning around, and he found open room down the right sideline. So once again, he's in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. 3:52 to go in the first half. Wilmington has jumped out to a 14-0 lead over the Winchester Red and Black.
Like I said, big credit to the offensive play call there by Coach Turner, and then the selling of that play for everyone else. I mean, the offensive line, the quarterback as well as Smolinski, and then what can you say about that run by Steve Smolinski there? That was a lot of that done on his own. Broke a couple tackles, cut left, cut right, got back to the right, used his speed to go into the end zone. Really, really nice play for the Cats. That.
See if the coach gives them a couple of plays off on the next drive here, even though he's going to obviously kick off again.
I think Smolinski plays just about every play. 5's in there all the time. Senior captain.
Ross and Gansey again, the deep men back at the 15-yard line. Ball is a little bit into the face of the Wilmington kicking team right now.
Getting that 14-0 lead looks nice here. 4 minutes to play, excuse me.
After a couple of down seasons, this will be a big game if the Wildcats can hang on and finish the season 4-2.
And also the good news with that is, like you said, there's a lot of juniors returning. as well. We have 10 seniors that will be exiting tonight. Will be the last game. I think we bring back almost double that for juniors.
Okay, bounding kick picked up at the 20-yard line by Gianci. Cuts upfield to the
Nice move.
left, and good pursuit and tackle by Dylan Roberts. Shane Roberts. I did it again. You know, if these guys didn't have older brothers that starred for Wilmington High School over the years, these names would not be in my mind. So
this is what happens. At least you get the wrong first name. I just mispronounced the last name, so don't worry about it. I am known for mispronouncing the last name.
I'm waiting for number 34 for Winchester to come into the game, Peter Karanopoulos. Hopefully I get that pronounced right if he does. Okay, so Winchester takes over at their own 35-yard line. Once again, Martin in a quarterback. Shows good arm strength. One man in the backfield. 3:44 to go in the first half. Back to pass. Wildcats choke up the middle. Ball is let go downfield. Good coverage, and it's intercepted.
Third one.
Third interception of the first quarter.
I'll tell you something. The defensive player of the day right now has to be number 3, Nate Rubinskis. That ball was.
Nate Rubinskis with a hat trick in the first quarter. First half.
Again, sitting back, playing good, solid defense. That ball floated up in the air. He just waited for it to come down, made the catch. Really good defensive play. Didn't let the moment get ahead of him with that pass, because that just sat out there and floated up. So, really nice half for number 3, Nate Rubinskis. And it's nice to see these kids succeeding. Like you said, this has been 2 tough years.
Especially good coverage on that play. They had 3 defenders back right around where the pass was coming down, and good hands there on Rubinskis. Another one who will be back next year. He's in the slot on the right, passes out to Erickson, finds good room up the right side. He cuts back to the middle. He's going to pick up a gain of about 6 or 7 yards.
Really good quick pass by Germano there. Trying to get Erickson into space. Use his speed. That was, again, really very well executed play offensively by the Cats.
Caught him right in stride, and again, as you mentioned, very well executed. John Germano was out there as well, trying to block for him. Second down, and the clock continues to run. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Smolinski alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right. Hand off to Smolinski, again to the right side off the tackle. He's knocked out of bounds after a hard tackle.
Now that was a good defensive. They strung him. They strung that play out very well. The defensive end did not let him get the edge. They kept stringing and stringing. There wasn't much room for Smolinski to go. So it'll be 3rd and short. Again, at a 14-0 lead, I wouldn't be shocked if he's 2 down territory here. Roll the dice, Coach Turner. You can do it, baby.
Last week, Jake Cincherelli, the freshman quarterback, number 16. I'm assuming that's him that's playing cornerback for Winchester right now. So it was a good tackle by the young freshman. 3rd down and a yard to go for the Wildcats. Another high snap. Pedro scrambles to the left. He lets the ball go downfield. It's caught.
Oh, nice play.
On the far sideline, John Germano down to the 25 and knocked out of bounds. That brother connection works again at the 21-yard line where he's knocked out.
Pedro did a really good job again. We need to compliment Pedro here all in the first half. But that was a nice play. High snap, maintain his control, and then they beat the 16 freshman there to his brother for a large gain. Really good composure by the quarterback there to find his brother open. So there'll be plenty of celebrating again tonight in the Germano household.
The temptation there probably would have been to try to run for the first down with only 1 or 2 yards to go, but again, magic between the Germano brothers.
He is also showing his maturity as a quarterback. This is technically his first year being as the quarterback for the Cats. He's really matured I've seen, this is the second game live I've seen, and he's done a great job.
He's at center. Okay, we have a little confusion on the far side of the Winchester defense. Handoff up the middle to Mizuraka. He pushes forward for about 5 yards on the play almost.
Again, now it's just grind them out. Get this again. Now you're looking at putting a 3-score lead up. If you can punch the ball in here, Like I said, you got a little over 2 minutes to play, and you've really been able to do what you want to on the first drive and the last 2 drives. The middle 2 drives are a little bit iffy, but again, they've reestablished the offensive line.
Murphy splits out wide to the right. Germano inside him. There's a
Whistle.
play is blown dead. Probably a procedure call against the Wildcats. Oh, maybe it's going to be an offside penalty against Winchester.
Somebody jumped. Here we go.
Presume they blew that play dead so that Pedro didn't get hammered in the backfield.
Correct, because the guy was running free. So
Bring up 2nd down and 2 as the Wildcats continue another drive.
So again, he's going away from the base offense. He's got Smolinski in 3 right.
4 wide receivers. Another blitz comes up. It's caught. Another pass. Ball carrier still running. I think that Erickson over there on the far side, maybe? Yeah, good catch by Erickson.
Again, another really good throw by Germano, Pedro Germano. And they look like right now, in the passing game at least, they could get anything that they want. So Winchester calls timeout.
That was thrown into coverage as well. Erickson made a nice catch of the pass by Germano. So Wildcats continue a very impressive drive here late in the 2nd quarter.
So again, they could do basically with the way the offensive line has played the last, like I said, the last 2 drives. This would not shock me if they just give this ball to either Smolinski or Mizuraka and they just drive it right home. Offensive line doing a great job here tonight, which is what you want to see. Last game of the season, they're finally getting their bearings. You know, this is our 6th game, correct, or 5th? 6th game because they're 3-2. So, and you know they really now we'd be getting to late September if we were in the fall. If you count 3 scrimmages and 3 games, you're just getting into the meat of your schedule. So again, really good job here tonight. I'm very impressed with the way they're playing both offense and defense.
Ball's down at the 7-yard line. Pedro calls signals, keeps the ball, runs to the right, looks downfield, man is wide open, and it's caught to John Germano. Another Germano to Germano connection for the 3rd Wilmington touchdown of the day. Good.
Get credit to the coaches up here in the booth with us. They've seen something that they like with the matchups for the in the passing game, and every single call, every call that they've made has been very successful. John Germano's gotten open twice. Erickson's gotten open. So, you know, credit to the coaches for seeing something. They come out of their base offense and just run the ball straight down the field. Very impressed with this. I'm impressed with everything going on for the Cats this half.
Smolinski, ball is up, and it is good again. So 1:42 to go in the first half, and the Wildcats have jumped out to their biggest lead of the season, 21-0 against the Winchester Red and Black.
Good job, though. Really good job. Now you got don't let anything go bad here in the last 1:42, and I think Winchester's the win is taken out of their sails a little bit too. It's going to be interesting. Again, this is their final game. They're 2-3. He was going to try to mix in a lot of freshmen and sophomores to play, and I don't know if he's gone that far or not. But Wilmington has definitely exploited the advantages that they see, both with the running game and now in the passing game. Like I said, I still want to credit Pedro Germano with a phenomenal job all the way here. That drive was Pedro getting the ball to the right place, finding the open man, making a good pass.
Center of the field is in the shadows now as the sun sets over west Wilmington.
And the lights are on.
The lights are on, yes. Okay, once again, Cook and Gianci back deep for Winchester. Short kick to one of the up men. Taken down at the 35-yard line.
I would have to guess
Robertson in the tackle.
Shade Roberts again. Not to diss the defense, which has thrown a shutout so far, because the defense has done a really good job, you know, not just with Nate Rubinskis, but all the way up and down. So it'll be really interesting to see what Winchester does here with 1:36 to play.
Once again, Ben Wilson on the return. Stopped on the play by Roberts and I think Erickson. So we'll see if Winchester has anything up their sleeve here with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Martin calls signals, man in motion. Hand off to the first man through, Gianci, who is taken down. Looked like he slipped when he tried to cut back. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. Mizuraka in on the tackle.
Again,
Ryan
really
Watson, number 77 in there as well.
good job by the defense. Again, plug that gap. Don't let those. It looks like he's going to try to run
Hand
out.
off again to Gianci, finds room over the right tackle,
Oof.
still going. Crosses midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Now with 1 minute to play, Chris, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes quick here. Try to take advantage of what he's got. Now that he's run the ball successfully, got the ball in the Wilmington territory. Let's see what Winchester can do. Very important for the defense to make a stop
Down
here.
to 1 minute now in the first half.
We
Fumble
fumble
on the snap and
Uh-oh.
taken down in the backfield. Good tackle by, like John Ryan got in there
Right.
from his defensive end position.
Fumbled snap there by the quarterback. A little miscommunication. John Ryan makes sure nothing is going to happen. Timeout by Winchester.
It's going to set Winchester back another 4 yards. Going to be second down and 14, just inside Wilmington territory.
And just a quick announcement here too, Chris, with this being school vacation week, we will not have the band, but we will be honoring the 3 senior cheerleaders. It's technically be senior night for the cheerleading team. And I know that there are 3 seniors that we're going to be honoring.
Yeah, I don't think Wilmington High School has ever played a football game on a school vacation week, now that you mention it. So
That's true. We didn't get to
except
play
for Thanksgiving, of
We didn't
course,
get to play Tewksbury yet either.
Yeah. All right, see if Coach Dombrowski has anything cooked up to try to get Winchester motivated toward the end zone here in the last 48 seconds of the first half. Once again, thank you to George Breslin for manning the camera today. Hopefully you're enjoying today's coverage. Martin back to pass, looks downfield, rushes on, and it's thrown out of bounds toward the sideline. Big pressure by Clerico, Rind, Jake Chiricello, and Luke Murphy on defense.
So it's just time for the defensive line here to pin those ears back and go right after the quarterback. Let your secondary do what they've done really well all game, is defend and just go right after the quarterback.
Brett Ebert, number 9, comes in the defensive backfield for the Wildcats. So more speed and hands people. Trying to play a little bit of prevent to keep Winchester from getting the ball across another 15 yards of territory.
Yeah, interesting defense here.
Martin holds, handoff up the middle to Gianci, finds running room, sprints out Pedro, pushes him out of bounds.
Just short of the first down though, so again, 4th down territory here.
Makes it manageable, 36 seconds to go in the first half.
It's the only issue with coach going to that sort of prevent defense there with the more your linebackers who are playing your defensive line is that it does leave you susceptible to a good power run like we just saw. So again, you'll see he'll bring back his the big boys are back on the defensive line, and Steve Smolinski is back. Smolinski and Roberts are back in the linebacker,
Okay,
and that'll
we
be
have
a
another penalty against Winchester. It's probably going to be a illegal procedure. Going to set him back another 5 yards, which is going to hurt him on 4th down. Going to make it 4th and about 7.
And with 36 seconds left, this is the probably this play and one more play after this. Because I'm going to make the prediction here, Chris, that Wilmington will make the stop here. The way they've played defense, if they're going to throw the ball and the way the winds wreak some havoc on those passes.
Murphy, Clerico, Chiricello, and Rind are going to be the 4 down linemen. Like Mizuraka, Roberts, and Smolinski at the linebackers, and then Erickson, Germano, Rabinskis, and I can't make out the other one on the defensive backfield. Back to pass. It's a full-blown rush. Quarterback scrambles away, lets the ball go downfield, caught, and it's going to be a first down.
Defense makes me look bad there.
Good scramble.
I hang
Beretta
my
went on the
head.
tackle, but it's going to be first down for Winchester. 28 seconds to go.
Clock will start to run on the on the placement of the downs. Oh, they fake the spike. It gets
Downfield. And, oh, man. Oh, did he get it? He caught it. Inbound. No, I think they're ruling it out of bounds in the end zone, but it was an interception. What a great play by Garrett Erickson in the end zone. He bobbled it, but he took possession of it just before he fell out of bounds.
great hands.
Fourth interception of the first quarter.
And really, really, really good hands by Erickson. They didn't go for the fake. They they were going to spike it, and they went deep into the corner. Erickson ran with him all the way. The ball will be brought out to the 20.
I will be looking forward to seeing that one on replay, as presuming my cameraman down there, George Breslin, got that. He can't hear what I'm saying right now, but
I would doubt
that was a great play by Erickson.
I'm sure George got that. He's the masterwork of cameraman.
So with 17 seconds left in the first quarter, in the first half, I'm expecting Pedro Germano to just kneel down on the ball and bring it into halftime. Wildcats will get the second half kickoff.
Yeah, with a 21-0 lead, it'll be interesting to see what Winchester comes out with and decides to do.
Pedro runs it. They run a play to Smolinski. Goes downfield. He's going to be taken down at the 31-yard line.
And that'll
9
just about do it.
seconds, and it's like that is going to be the timeout by the Wildcats. They're looking to put a dagger in the heart of Winchester.
Yeah.
And,
hey, you might as well.
Deep in their own territory, up to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10.
Might as well.
On first down.
I think I would just see if they want to throw the ball deep here. It'll be interesting to see what Pedro can come up with.
Well, I've second-guessed the coach enough for the last couple of years and been wrong every time. So I don't second-guess what he's doing here today.
I'm going to first guess say he's going to throw the ball. I've been wrong twice already tonight, so it doesn't matter. They've done a good job. Like I said, it's been a really good half. You're up 21-0. You intercept the ball 4 times. You're scoring a passing touchdown. You're scoring two rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown. Your quarterback has done a really good job. You've completely dominated the game on both sides of the ball. I mean, might as well take a little chance here. Try to run a play that you might not run. Not that you're hiding anything, because nobody's going to watch this film for next year anyway. But now you're really traditional. This is like a college spring game for him now, because he can really start working on things and see what players do and how they react.
Okay. Pedro will be under center, John Ings, and hand off to Smolinski, who's looking downfield to pass the ball. It is passed, and it's incomplete. 1 second showing on the clock.
And now
we'll keep Stephen with his legs,
yes,
not his arm.
I hate to say that, Stephen. I don't know, Steve. That's probably why Stephen's a halfback.
He may convince Mr. Barry that he's a good passer as well, but we'll let him convince him in the classroom what a good academic student he is and what a great naturally athlete that he is.
Yes.
But he won't be playing quarterback anytime soon.
No,
at least not based on that pass.
Now look for the formation. Just dump it
1
down on
second
the
left
knee.
before the half. Pedro calls signals. Handoff, reverse again to
Erickson.
Erickson. Finds big running room up the middle. He's taken
tackle.
down just shy of midfield.
And that'll be the half. That was
16-yard gain for the Wildcats, but that brings us to the end of the first half. And so far in today's game, the Wildcats have completely dominated. Score at halftime, Wilmington 21, Winchester nothing. We'll be back for second half action right after this.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
Well, welcome back for the second half action tonight between the Wildcats and the Winchester Red and Black. Wilmington High School, Wildcats leading 21-0, about to start the second half of tonight's game. Mario Calero into kickoff. Deep, booming end-over-end kick down to the 10-yard line, picked up by Smolinski. Sprints up the left sideline, finds good running room again. He's out across the 30-yard line, taken down at about the 31-yard line. So decent field position for the Wildcats as they start their second half drive. Jim, a great first half for the Wildcats, peppered by 4 interceptions of Brady Martin.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better first half here at the final game of the season. They did a great job. Offense, defense, special teams, everything executing to the highest levels. Rubinskas with the 3 interceptions and Erickson with a really pretty interception at the end of the half. But offensively, Pedro Germano running the offense like a fine-tuned machine. And let's see if they can continue to do that, continue to dominate the offensive line of scrimmage.
Okay, tight set for the Wildcats. Nobody out wide. Handoff to Smolinski. Cuts up over tackle. Mezaraka actually 5-yard gain. Actually 3-yard gain out to the 34-yard line.
Now let's see what Coach does here. See if he really just continues to pound the football. If he's going to play it tight like that, probably what he wants to do. In that first half, they did a really good job in between quarters, switching up from the focused on running game to really understand they could exploit the secondary of Winchester with their passing game, and they did that to a T.
So Pedro out on the left side now. Erickson and Rind also out there on the left side. Erickson in motion, handoff up the middle, Smolinski. And he busts forward for another 3, 4, 5 yards. He's out to the 40-yard line. He picked up a couple of yards on his own there.
Again, with
the pile continue to move.
With everything going so well, it's tough to nitpick. But again, there, Stephen, if he had gone straight into the line initially instead of doing that little stutter step, go east to west, north south, he probably would have picked up even more. But he did a great job once he hit the line to pick up those extra yards. Having a great game.
So Pedro faced with a 3rd and 1 here at the Wilmington 40-yard line. Heavy bodies on the right side of the line for the Wildcats. Comes to the right. Smolinski cuts back, and I think he's made it. Looks like he got just enough for the first down.
Yeah, that extra effort right at the end picks up the first down. They move the chains, and they keep marching.
Just very difficult to bring down, especially when he gets a head of steam underneath him.
So just again, a note tonight, this will be the final game for Steven Smolinski, one of 10 seniors that the Wildcats have on their roster. So he's playing his final game as a Wildcat here at Alumni Stadium.
Fakes the handoff, looks downfield, man is open, complete to Ryan, knocked down at the Winchester 40-yard line, knocked out of bounds inside at the 38, 39-yard line. Pedro's had a very efficient game tonight. He's connected with several receivers, and he's had an outstanding game so far.
He's done a great job, and the other thing is they've really started to exploit that the coverage lapses that Winchester has shown, and they've made really good adjustments to run that play. That was set John Germano deep and brought Ryan underneath in the seam there, and Pedro made a great pass. Ryan made a good catch.
Erickson in motion, takes the handoff around left end, finds running room down the left sideline to the 30. He's at the 20, still going inside the 15, and knocked down at the 13-yard line.
Just again, very well executed. Offensive line blocking. Erickson got into open space, and he just churned it out. Just a simple stop by the safety of Winchester avoided the touchdown. But again, Cats doing everything, running like a fine-tuned machine. They are a Jaguar today. They're definitely not like last week's Kia.
Over 20 yards in the carry by Erickson, brings it down inside the red zone to the 14. Handoff up the middle to Smolinski, finds running room again, and he's in. Mizuraka, touchdown. Boy, Wildcats blew out Winchester on that drive.
Yeah, again.
Big plays.
Again, dominating line of scrimmage. Getting to do whatever they want. They ran the football right up the gut. Mizuraka, good hard run for the touchdown. I think that's Mizuraka's second touchdown of the game too.
So early in the third quarter, Wilmington has jumped out to 27-0 lead. Smolinski in for the extra point again. Kick is up and it is good again. Perfect 4 for 4 for Stevens so far tonight.
And a
28-0 Wildcat lead.
Perfect way to start the second half too, to get off to a big lead. It might give coach an opportunity to get some of the seniors who don't get a chance to play the opportunity. So we'll see how this game progresses. But again, we have just a quick mention of who our 10 seniors are. Number 5 was Steven Smolinski. Then we had Nehemiah Kamara, David Woltag, John Pham, Garrett Moretto, Dylan Clerico, Shane Roberts, Justin Doran, Andrew O'Brien, and number 99, Nicholas Sullivan. So those are our 10 seniors playing their last game here at Wilmington for the Wildcats. And again, they're going to go. I'm going to make this prediction at 8:51. They're going to go home winners. A 4-2 record will be the final record for this season. And this is I think this is the first senior class for Coach Scher, because this is his 4th year. So this is the first kids. The boys who are playing the seniors now were freshmen when Coach Turner took over. So good to leave a little bit of a legacy, and he seems to have the program headed in the right direction.
So Smolinski tees the ball up at the 40, boots it away. Another squib kick down the sideline, bounces around. Cianci fumbles it, and he recovers it at the 27-yard line. He bobbled the kickoff. Tough ball to control.
Again, that's been very effective today and even last week against Stoneham. They not a lot of long returns. You give up a little, maybe 5 or 8 yards of field position if they can't pick it up. But again, the Cats are pretty much confident in their with what they have out there on defense.
Once again, Brady Lefty Martin, lefty Brady Martin in a quarterback for Winchester. Yancey still the single setback. 4 wide receivers, 3 of them split out wide to the left. Hand off up the middle, finds good running room, sprints through a couple of tacklers, and he's out to the 47-yard line where he's finally corralled.
Good hard run there, Derek Cianci.
Murphy in on the tackle, number 40 for the Wildcats.
He hit the line really, really hard and just kept churning away. So one big positive play here to start second half for Winchester. Put a little bit of life into them as well.
Okay, so now we have 3 wide receivers split out wide toward the right sideline. Martin, handoff, cuts back. This time he's stopped by Roberts. And Smolinski picked up about 3 yards on the play.
Again, Shane Roberts, the linebacker, doing what Shane Roberts has done all year, stopping the run. Like I said, he's brought up a couple players also from the JV freshman team to give them a chance to see what it's like to play on the big field at the big time under the lights.
2nd and 7 for Winchester. Ball's at the Wilmington 49-yard line. Blitzed by the Wildcats. Steve Smolinski blitzed through the line and grabbed the ball carrier on his way through for a gain of 1 yard. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 yards.
Really nice play. Smolinski read that well, came up the middle, filled the gap, made the stop. Like I said, no complaints defensively for the Cats so far this Friday evening in the springtime, April Friday. Friday night lights in April.
Martin calls signals. 3rd and 6. Looks to the left, hits to the right, complete. That was complete to Camilo Vizela over in the right flat. Good coverage by, I don't know if it was Clerico.
Good coverage of the whole, that whole left side of the defense.
Yep.
Did a really good job. 4th down, they'll definitely go 4th down, 28. 6:30 to play. I can't see them pooch kicking this. So they got that one blocked the last time they tried to go that route.
See if Winchester can continue their drive. 2 receivers split out on either side. Four-man front for the Wildcats. Man coming on a blitz, and he's hit. Martin is hit as he let go of the ball.
That hurt him a little bit. Smolinski came in untouched and forced that play to go quick.
So the Wildcats take over on downs at their own 48-yard line, and the ball continues to play well for the Wildcats tonight on a Friday evening, as you mentioned in April.
It's great to be a Wildcat tonight. It's not so good to be a Winchester.
Red and black.
Red and black.
Yep.
They have changed their name. And it's been tough. The senior quarterback back to play for Winchester have had a really tough go of it. I guess it'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of change up by the Winchester coach as we go forward, get some of his younger players and just to get some playing time, as well as Coach Turner integrate a couple different players in as well as we get further along here. Still a lot of time left to play though. Still with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. You do want to get everybody action and everybody get the opportunity to
Brady
perform.
Martin wasn't quite ready to play last week, but when their backup quarterback went down, Jack Cintarelli stepped in, untested freshman. He struggled a little, but it wasn't all of his fault. Some of it was raining out for one. The ball was wet, and under a lot of pressure from a strong Woburn defense that shut out Winchester. He did the best he could, but it wasn't quite enough, and it looked like the coach wanted to try something, try to get his original starting quarterback into the tonight's game to finish up his season.
Yeah, Winchester's played a weird year. They got blown out by Reading 34-0 and beaten up pretty bad by Lexington 35-6 and got shut out by Woburn. They do have 2 wins, a 7-0 and a 20-0 win over Belmont and Arlington, respectively.
Oh boy, handoff to Erickson on the handoff and taken down to the backfield by a great tackle.
That was Woltog, 15, I think, it was in the game.
Derek Yancey has not given up on tonight's game thus far. Anyway, he's still playing hard, both offensively and defensively. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Wildcats.
Just to update you, that was David Woltog, a senior, number 15, took that handoff. So he gets some game action here. Again, as Coach Turner intersperses his seniors into the game, get them some of them some playing time. If we notice any of the numbers, Chris, we'll make everyone aware of those players.
Pedro calls signals. Hand off to Smolinski around the right tackle. Cuts back, finds running room again across the 50, and he's down just outside the 40-yard line. Another big run for Steve Smolinski, about 15 yards on that play. Actually, a little more, about 17-yard run.
And they'll get the first down as well.
Once again, good blocking along the right tackle, and then he cut it back and found good running room in the slot there. Clock continues to tick down, 4:52 to go in the third quarter.
Good power running by Mr. Smolinski there.
Looks like Derek Yancey might have come up lame. He's over on the sideline, might have a cramp. So he's been replaced in the defensive backfield. Inside handoff to Erickson. Bust forward for another 5 or 6 yards down to the 35.
And now it's time for Wilmington to exert their will on the line of scrimmage, and they're really doing a good job. Just a really big credit today us to also go to the offensive line, opening up holes, protecting the quarterback, doing a lot of things really well.
Malloy, Chiricello, Ings,
Roberts,
and I think Murphy.
64.
Another big run right up the middle for the Wildcats.
And O'Brien as well. Sorry. Don't mean to talk over you, Chris. Apologize.
That's okay. I'm just trying to see the numbers getting dark out here. So Mizuraka carried for 4 yards, brought down at the 33-yard line, 32-yard line, I guess. 3rd and 1, 4 down territory for the Wildcats.
A little bit of confusion there for Pedro. Comes back over to reaffirm the call with Coach Turner. 3rd down and short, 2 down territory. Like you said, Chris, important just to pound this ball. They're going to spread it out.
4 wide receivers. Smolinski alone in the backfield.
Oh.
And Erickson drops the pass intended. 32-yard line. He had some open running room. I think he tried to run with the ball before he actually got it into his possession.
Yeah, he looked
Well
ahead.
designed.
He looked ahead. Ball went off the shoulder pad. It hit him in the worst spot, right in the shoulder pads. But that's okay. We'll accept the. Every once in a while, that's going to happen to this Cats team.
Okay, so the Wildcats will go for it on 4th and short at the 32-yard line. Once again, 4 wide receivers spread out.
Yeah, it'll be a flag.
Play was blown dead before the play started. Illegal procedure against Wilmington.
They didn't like the 3rd and 1. They went the 4th and 1. They decided to try to make it 4th and 6. See if they test their metal. See if they can convert.
Brings the ball back to the 37-yard line. 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And with a 28-0 lead, it'll be easy enough to go for this. This is the first experience in the booth with nighttime here in the spring, as both games have been on Saturday. And it does get a little dark in here.
Okay, 4 wide again for the Wildcats. Smolinski alone in the backfield. Smolinski pressures on. Pedro scrambles. He flips it out to Mizuraka. Smolinski, who's not only has the first down, he's knocked down on the 20-yard line. Steven was in blocking on the play. Pedro continued to scramble, flipped the ball out up the left flat.
Good inventive play by the quarterback, and Smolinski made chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what there. Perfect.
He's just been so elusive the last 3 games, the home games that they've had here. Times when, the ball's flailing away in his arms. He's running. He's dodging, weaving. He's done a great job. He's really stepped up in his first year as quarterback for the Wildcats.
Yes, he has.
Once again, 4 receivers out.
It's
handoff to Mizuraka is going to be stopped in the backfield. Second time they've had that slant coming across left to right that's been stopped in the backfield by the Winchester defenders.
When they look at film of that play, they're going to conclude that play did not work. And it didn't work. Twice, I think, this didn't work. But you got to keep running the arsenal out there. So
second about 17 for the Wildcats. Ball is back out at the 27-yard line. They have to get down to about the 11-yard line for a first down. 3 wide to the right. Erickson alone over on the left side. Blitz again. Picked up by Roberts. Pedro keeps the ball, sprints out left. He finds running room to the 20. He's inside the 10, and he's knocked out of bounds just outside the 5-yard line. Speed, agility, great head on his shoulders, and he manages to escape again.
He read the blitz very well and then went right through the middle of the line, cut to his left, got enough open room to get the first down. He's going to grade out very well at the end of this game. They grade them as high school players. I don't know if they do, but if they grade out him as a quarterback, you watch the film here, he has made very, very good heady plays. Very, very few mistakes as well.
So the Wildcats have first down again. First and goal at the 6-yard line, and they keep the pressure on Winchester. John Germano switches from the left to the right side. Hand off to the right to Smolinski. Finds room on the right. Cuts in. He's into the end zone for another Wilmington touchdown.
So again, Steve Smolinski uses his speed to get to the edge and just runs over the defender for Fitzgerald, the number 1 defender for Winchester. Cats take a 34-0 lead pending extra point attempt for Smolinski. Good effective drive there for the Cats. Mixture of everything. A couple long first and second long plays after penalties and loss of yardage, but they did a good job of overcoming that.
Kick is up, and once again, another perfect night for Smolinski.
Smolinski's had a really, really good year kicking for them as well. I think he only missed 1 extra point all year. That was, I think, in the second game of the season at Wakefield, where they scored 9 points.
1:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Wilmington has jumped out to a commanding 35-0 lead. 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter so far.
Good solid play here, both sides of the ball. Now it's just a matter of playing out the string here with 1:35 to play. Like I said, we still have our 10 seniors, and some if not all, have seen action.
Hope that nobody gets injured the rest of the way. The game result is probably in the books already. Once again,
Although it looks like
Pat Ross, number 11, on the near side, and I don't know if that's Yancey on the far side.
they got a group of players down here in front of us where the coach is talking to. Might be going in to play defense for the Cats. I do see number 99, Andrew Sullivan, is one of them, so let's hope that Nicholas Sullivan, excuse me.
Taken right up the middle, cuts to the right. I think that is James Gibbons, who missed some time earlier this year on the return. Takes it out over the 35 down to the 37-yard line.
Nope, we got a couple of players in there. 13, Nehemiah Kammerer was on the kickoff. He's a senior, and he's going to stay in the game. 27, Garrett Moretto's out there. 15 is Wooltag. And I can't make out enough numbers yet. I'll keep you updated. Let's see if these seniors can end out their senior year and their career here at Wilmington High. They're going to end it with a win, see if they can make some plays as well. 21, John Pham out there defending as well. Over to you, Chris. Sorry.
Quarterback sprints out to the left, and he finds running room, knocked out of bounds. Okay, that's actually Jack Cinderelli that just came in, the freshman quarterback who played last week. Gain of almost 6 yards in the play out to the 41-yard line. Winchester trying to play a hurry-up offense.
Stopped by Nehemiah Kamara, the senior. So coach is sprinkling in newcomers and veterans and seniors to get them some playing time here as we end the third quarter.
Cinturelli keeps it again, goes up the middle, bumps into his offensive lineman, but he's still going out to midfield where he picks up a first down to the 49. Okay, we got some new numbers in for Winchester as well. Ryan Doucette in the backfield, number 23. Camilo Vazella is split wide to the left. Cinturelli calls signals, stands at his own 44. It's a fumble on the play. Wildcats are in pursuit. He makes the corner. He's taken down hard.
Ball's fumbled.
Fumble on the play, and looks like Winchester has recovered the ball. Clock continues to run.
Good pursuit there on the fumbled snap. Good pursuit by Shane Roberts to knock that ball. Looked like it got loose. And it was a really good pursuit play by Roberts as well. So long second down, they're behind the chains. 25 seconds as we count down the clock here. Third quarter action, final game of the season here for the Wildcats.
Gibbons in the backfield now with Cinturelli. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Defensive line is largely intact for the Wildcats. Fumble in the play, picked up by the Wildcats. Is that Smolinski again?
Yes.
Steven Smolinski returns the fumble, 48 yards for another Wildcat touchdown. What a game.
Bad handoff. Smolinski, right man, right place, right time, just goes right up the middle, picks it up and scoop and score. Not a bad way to end your career as a Wildcat for Mr. Smolinski. There's a player hurt for Winchester. Looks like maybe a cramp as well, down right here at midfield.
Very uncharacteristic game for the Wildcats. We haven't seen one of these games for, I think, since the Cape Ann League back in the old days. So we have the timeout on the field for the cramp at midfield.
That play also ended the quarter.
Once again, that was probably a product of the young quarterback. I think he ran into his running back.
Correct.
Ball dropped out, picked up by Smolinski, who scampered for the touchdown. It was actually probably about a 44, 43-yard return.
Yep, Smolinski is probably not going to kick this ball because he has just walked off the field. Getting hugs from the coaches. You know, this is the kind of kid you love on your football team. Plays both ways, almost plays every play.
Great way to finish up his high school career. It's been a great night for him.
Plays hard, so we're going to have somebody else kicking this ball. We'll have to get that number.
or it could be a 2-point conversion.
That's
but
true.
we still have some time to kill out of midfield, working
That's
on
yep.
a cramp
Injured
or a leg
player.
injury out of the middle of the field. Once again, reminder, if you're from Wilmington, we have the town meeting coming up next week at the Shriners Auditorium on Saturday. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it will go until it is over. So our new town moderator, well, I shouldn't probably jump to conclusions.
We haven't had an election yet.
Because he's unopposed, but John Eaton, former selectman, is the only one running for town moderator, taking over, I'm sure very ably, for the former moderator, Rob Peterson. So it looks like number 36 comes into the game for the Wildcats, and I have to go to the other side here. Jared Bishop, freshman.
Going to get a chance to kick.
He will kick. John Germano will hold. Add another brother connection.
One of the
playing
bishops.
high school football.
There's a million bishops in town too, so just another bishop.
Snap ball down.
Oh, no,
kick
he
is
got it
up,
through.
and it's
Good.
Wow.
There you go. We got a kicker for next year. Good job. Freshman with the point. Gets his first varsity point. So that'll end the third quarter, Chris.
It's the end of the third quarter. Getting ready for fourth quarter action. The Wildcats are up 42-0, and we will be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
Is it 36 going to kick off for the Wildcats? Another squib kick taken by the up man.
That didn't even go.
23 for Winchester, so that's going to be Ryan Doucette. Played the ball, and Winchester will take over at their own 48-yard line, close to midfield.
So if I had to make an assumption here, Chris, I would think we're going to see a lot of new numbers for the Cats, up 42-0 here to start the third quarter.
I pulled out my JV roster.
Our PA announcer, Mr. Maloney, is going to have to do a whale of a job getting the numbers straight because these are all new characters out there for the Cats. And it's good.
Jack Rooney, number 70. I see number 9, Brett Ebert.
Good time to get some action.
Sophomore, number 15 just come in. That's Waltag.
Yep.
We're working off of two separate rosters, the varsity roster and the JV
Right.
roster here. So.
Because they did bring out, I was told he did bring out a couple players from the JV to get them dressed.
Okay, so Cintarelli is in calling signals. One man in the backfield. Sprints out to the left. Wildcats plug it up pretty good. He tried to cut back, taken down.
John Pham.
John Pham, number 21, on the tackle for the Wildcats.
And I hate this. I got my senior list right here, so that was easy for me to figure that one out.
Inside Wildcat territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, I'm looking for a senior so we can shout them out as we go forward. Everybody likes to hear their name called.
John Germano's still playing cornerback over here, so he might be a little thin at that position. Handoff is inside. Good pursuit by the Wildcats. They knock down the ball carrier in the backfield again.
I don't know. I didn't get that number. I thought it was 14, but we don't have a 14 out there.
Actually, Joey Coleman, number 14, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to try to help my friend Chris here with the numbers. So if I go silent for a little bit to give everybody a break from my chattering voice, try to get these numbers called as best we
Ryan
can.
Watson, number 77 at defensive end on this side. Cintarelli back to pass, complete to Vazella at the 50-yard line. Still running, actually picked up by an offensive lineman who goes down the sideline, taken out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
There's a flag on the play, though, Chris.
Thought we heard whistles, yep.
There's a flag. They're going to have a cheap shot here. Coach is not happy with something. Trying to separate their players. 52 got hit pretty
Well,
tough.
none of the officials followed the ball downfield, so the play is going to be blown dead somewhere back upfield, closer to midfield.
Yeah. Not sure if he could pick that up. I don't know what happened there. That was kind of weird how that whole play took place. And
again, I think it was Gazella on the reception, and he was wrapped up by the Wildcats. It might have been, stoppage of forward progress, and then big offensive lineman number 54 for, let's see,
Winchester,
which is not on my program. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack Menninger, number 54. Thank you to our friends from Winchester for making that correction at halftime. He's not on the roster here, but
so we'll find out what this call's going to be.
The line of scrimmage was at the Wilmington 48.
It's staying third down.
And the officials are discussing it at midfield. And
I think they have to call New York, Chris, to get a ruling.
That could be. Yeah.
Let's go to the
we might have
booth.
To wait until next week when the.
Let's go to the replay
game
booth.
Actually continues for viewing.
That's what my guess might be, an illegal block.
8:10 to go in tonight's game. Wildcats are still at a 42-0 lead. Strongest game they've played in many, many years here at Alumni Field.
Okay, good. Here we go with the call.
I see Dempsey Murphy, number 52, in the middle of the defensive line. First time we've called his name so far this year.
Personal foul. Offense. Pushing. Offsetting fouls.
So the ball's going to be placed at the Wilmington 49-yard line.
All that actually, I did see the personal foul called on the offense. I don't know what the foul call was on defense. Did anybody pick up what the signal was? Unsportsmanlike? Okay. Yep. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, sir. Unsportsmanlike on the offense, on the defense, rather.
Okay, number 20 in
personal foul on the offense
for the Wildcats. Looks like Julian Cella or Sella. We'll have that ready for next year for you when he's probably in the starting lineup on a regular basis. So he's on the far side over here. 4th down and punt formation for Winchester, looks like.
Yep, they're going to punt. Back deep, number 9.
Red Ebert.
Red Ebert.
Back deep.
I'll tell you, this is the time you want to have a good play-by-play guy like I got here with Chris, because he's got those numbers going much better than I can.
Number 9, high snap. Punt is away.
Nice
punt. Spiral. Fair catch called. Dropped. And recovered by Winchester at the 16-yard line.
I will have to say, Chris, that might be the best punt I've seen in about 3 years. That kid punted that ball really well.
Really? Brett did everything right. He called the fair catch. He was under. The ball came in a little bit heavy on his shoulder pads, and he'll make up for that one of these days in the next couple of years.
Gotta play defense now.
So Winchester takes the ball over at the Wilmington 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock is running, 6:58 to go in the game. 4 wide receivers sprinted out.
Is it the same rules in the spring as in the fall where there's a blowout, the clock just continues to run? Do we have that rule here?
Centurelli sprints out to the left. And there's a fumble on the play.
Picked up
again by the Wildcats. The 6th turnover of the game for Winchester. And it's 80, let's see.
88 maybe. 77 forced the fumble.
Okay, so Ryan Watson forced the fumble, and Michael Lawler. These are all freshmen playing right now. Michael Lawler in on their fumble recovery.
And Wilmington's going to go with a newfangled offense. It's called 4 players and a quarterback.
I know that Coach is very enthused about his freshman class this year. He said they're very strong, kind of like the junior class as well.
Correct.
So there could be, they might have to try to figure out who's going to play here now. Timeout by the Wildcats. 5:57 to go in tonight's game.
You like to see that continue to play hard. Kids, when you get an opportunity to play and you take advantage of that opportunity, it's all you can ask for these kids to do. What happened here? 77's Nick Sullivan. 77's Nick Sullivan?
Okay. Nick Sullivan, number 99 on our roster, but 77 on the field. Congratulations to him. I know his parents will be very proud.
Okay, I had the opportunity to interview Nick Sullivan for the senior basketball, and his goal was to dunk. This Nick is a character and a great, the kind of kid you need on your football team or your basketball team. Just a great kid and having a good time. Great for him. Good for him to cause the
All right,
fumble.
who's in at quarterback, Jim? Because I'm getting a glare here.
Not me. Number 9.
So it's Ebert takes over at the quarterback spot. He's a sophomore, number 9. Oh boy! Thanks for the coaching staff for straightening us out. Coleman is the quarterback now. Joey Coleman, number 14.
Oh, I had the wrong number. I'm sorry. So the guys on my left, the coaches on my left, are the freshman JV coaches, and these are kids they've coached all year, and you can hear the excitement in their voices. These kids are getting an opportunity.
Handoff up the middle. Brett Ebert gains 3 yards. He's going to be stopped out at the 37, 38-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats.
So they changed Nick Sullivan's number from 99 to 77 so he could play on the offensive line.
Who knew?
They didn't tell us.
Handoff stopped. No gain. Let's see.
That's good.
Went to 88. Michael Lawler, another freshman running back for the Wildcats, is going to bring up 4th down.
This is a great opportunity with 4 minutes to play, or 42-0 lead for the Cats, to get everyone a chance to play. And you know, it ends the spring on an up note, high note. You can really get ready to go. They'll go into the summer feeling good about themselves.
They're going to go for it where the clock is counting down anyway. Handoff taken down for a gain of about a yard, maybe.
24.
24. Okay, let's see. On the JV roster, Andre Boris. How's that, Coach? Andre?
Yeah, 24.
Perfect. Thank you.
Andre Boris on the carry for Wilmington. Winchester will take over 1st and 10. One more, guys.
So one more stop here, and we'll get this a shutout. Nice shutout, 42-0. Like I said, it's great to end the spring season on an up note. You can really, I mean, like you said, we're turning over again to September. What do you got? May, June, July, August. 4 months till we start summer camp.
I think we have a new quarterback in for Winchester. Handoff to 23. Big running room on the left sideline. Sprints into the 20, and he's going to be taken out of bounds.
Number 9.
And a late hit by the Wildcats. Will be tacked on. A little unsportsmanlike conduct, a personal foul.
Which will be half the distance of the goal line, probably, if it's a personal foul. So they need about 2 stops here if they can. But again, the opportunity here to get just a playing time is much more important than the opportunity to have a pitch a shutout.
Clock continues to run here with the score 42-0. Ball is on the 2-yard line. See if Winchester can punch it in here.
Or let's see if Wilmington can stop them.
Or maybe the young kids can stop them. We'll see. Quarterback number 32, Harry Lowenstein.
The Winchester fans are, fumbled it.
Another fumble. It's going to be an illegal procedure penalty. I think had a couple of people moving at the same time. Illegal shift.
Yep.
So the clock is now down to 2 minutes. We'll continue to run. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Winchester.
Good job, Coach. Good job, Coach. Smiles all around here at the booth as the coaches leave.
One of the benefits of having the game so far out of hand, the clock continues to run. We'll be out of here early tonight.
That's correct.
Okay, so the The officials still have not marked the penalty yet. The clock continues to run.
So
it's out at the 7-yard line. 124. Handoff. Big running back is down just shy of the goal line, I think.
With 1
He's taken
minute
down
left.
with the 1-yard line.
just real quick, Chris, just to thank our 10 seniors: Steven Smolinski, Nehemiah Kamara, David Woltag, John Pham, Garrett Moretto, Dylan Clerico, Shane Roberts, Justin Doran, Andrew O'Brien, and the one and only Nicholas Sullivan. Nick,
Number
thank them.
77, Nick Sullivan.
Sullivan, thank them very much. One more play here.
Okay, Lowenstein hands off up the middle, and the running back is stopped in the backfield. Good play. Before we finish up tonight, also want to give our credit to Sean Tivnan, our first-time executive producer and director tonight. Congratulations to Sean. Assuming everything worked okay tonight. Cameraman down in front. George Breslin had all the camera activity tonight.
And just real quickly, our final seniors are the 3 senior cheerleaders: Allison Salata, Caitlin Gillespie, and Jessica Hayduck. So again, thanks to all the seniors, those 13 kids who have been here for 4 years, and everything they gave to Wilmington Athletics and Wilmington High School. Hopefully they'll have careers ahead of them in whatever they choose to do, and it's really appreciated.
Jim and I will be doing a little bit of baseball and softball coming up in the next few weeks when the spring season starts. I won't be doing the play-by-play. You'll be doing that. I'll be doing a little bit of camera work and maybe some color. We have 28 seconds left in the game. And Winchester, we'll see about 33 seconds left, or somewhere around there. Once again, Lowenstein in the backfield, number 32, and he's with number 23, Ryan Doucette.
This will be the last play, I assume, of the game. 4th down.
Back to pass, looks left, and the pass is complete for a touchdown in the end zone. Okay, Camilo Vizella on the reception in the end zone for Winchester, and
So there goes the no-hitter, and there goes the shutout.
yeah.
But on a positive note, the Cats are going to end up 4-2. Good spring season. Congratulations to Coach Turner and the rest of the squad and their coaching staff.
Okay, well,
I appreciate
have
working
the
with you too.
extra point will be attempted, and
nice
kick.
kick.
Number 3.
That kicker has done a
Mario
great job.
Calero on a nice extra point. Brings us to zeros on the scoreboard. Jim, once again, thank you very much for being with me the last couple of games, and thanks to Mike Burns for sitting in color for the first game this year. We look forward to seeing you again back in the fall, back in September. And the final score for the final time tonight, Wilmington Wildcats 42, Winchester 7. And enjoy your weekend or weeknight or wherever you are, everybody. Thanks again for joining us on Wilmington Community Television.